What's up, Warriors? Welcome to the Year 8 Season 2 TU2 Warriors Den. Man, oh man, do we have a banger for you today. I'm so pumped. Just to clarify, I'm filling in for Brian right now as he's currently in father mode.
Oh, I thought Brian looked a little different, so that kind of explains it. So yeah, no,
but yeah, I'm super pumped. Nolan, how you doing?
I'm doing great. And just also would shout out to Brian out there. I want to say congrats again on that. And we miss you, but we hope you're enjoying yourself here. But apart from that, I am super stoked for today's stream. Like, we have so much amazing content to go over today. A lot to reveal. New hero. It's amazing. But before we get into any of that, folks out there, we need to have this little heart-to-heart here, okay? It's about Twitch drops, all right? We go over this every time, but still, I don't want you to miss out on a thing. So before we get any further, make sure you have linked your UB Connect account to your Twitch account. That way, for every 30 minutes you're watching with us, you're going to get a scavenger crate. And at the end of the show, we're going to pick some lucky winners to win a grand prize of either 100K steel or the brand new hero, the SOHEI. That'd be amazing.
I'm super hyped.
All right.
I love that spiel you do. It's awesome.
Good. Well, thank
awesome.
you. Thank you. I try. Look, I've refined it over way too many.
You've nailed it.
It's good. Yeah.
We've also just had the Phase 1 of Friend or Foe wrap up this past weekend. This was our 4v4 Dominion tournament. It was awesome. Thank you everyone who participated. And congrats to the winning team. EOM of Theseus. You can see the players right there. Super awesome stuff. You can also see the bracket of the finals day. Super awesome stuff. We had a bunch of reverse sweeps. We had a bracket reset at the end. Just a nice little cherry on top. It was awesome. And big shout out to everyone on production. We had Spatter New Nutella, our tournament organizers who organized everything. It was super good. We had Verbalocity and Vibid Naz, our casters. We had Jones on the analyst desk. Super awesome stuff, keeping everyone entertained all the way through. And we had Norgos as well, who made a recap video of all the open qualifiers, and it was seriously awesome. So thank you all very much for that. It's awesome.
Yeah, I love our competitive scene, honestly. I've always been a big supporter of For Honor in the competitive scene, and so watching the friend v foe, these matches are just seeing For Honor played at the highest level is just really inspiring to see. So it's awesome. Very cool. So.
Yeah.
Looking forward to the next circuit, right?
Yeah. Keep in mind that the finalists are now going to be allowed to break off into their own respective teams. So they get a direct buy into the 2v2 close qualifier happening at some time in Year 8 Season 3. So be on the lookout for that. We'll be dropping it on our socials. So be sure to follow us there to stay up to date. But we'll speak more about that when we get closer. But in the meantime, you can join the Discord, the For Honor Discord, and come hang out, talk about your favorite stuff, talk about SOHEI. Maybe. We don't know. We'll see. But
it's subject to cover, yeah.
It's pretty relevant, honestly.
I think so. But
yeah, we've got some awesome stuff to show today. I'm super pumped. You know, we have our new hero with a deep dive on the gameplay and animation. It's going to be great. We have a new feature that's going to be live tomorrow, so that I'm sure you're all going to love. We're also going to be going over that. We've got patch notes with someone I think you're familiar with. I think his name is JC. I'm not sure. You know what? I don't know. Wait, we'll see.
Spoilers. A little spoilers, but yeah.
And we also have a free week starting tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Which is sick. Going to be awesome.
That's right. So no excuse not to come in, play for a week, enjoy the hero, enjoy like this wonderful offering we have. It's going to be great.
It's going to be awesome. So yeah, stick around, grab your popcorn, do whatever you need to do, because we're going to get into all the juicy stuff. We got the details segment next. But before that, we're going to roll a little gameplay trailer.
Nice.
Take it away, Max.
Monster, demon, soul collector. So some call me, but I take only the worthy to honor the fallen. Their souls fight with me, rest within my every weapon. And the answer. I am master of the seven. Through me, pure might awakens. I will teach others the ways of the SOHEI, and we will be unstoppable.
Welcome back, Warriors. Welcome to the Year 8 Season 2 TU2 details segment. Joined with me are Alex, Andre, Ian. How are you all doing?
Great. Thank you for having us.
Feeling good? Feeling good?
Feeling very good.
I'm pretty hyped right now. I don't know. That trailer looked great.
It was amazing.
I think it's looks awesome.
Yeah.
I'm super hyped to get into it. I'm pumped.
I got a question for
Yeah.
you. You were your first Warriors and you were a guest last time, and
Yeah.
now you're hosting.
Indeed.
That's a pretty meteoric rise right there.
What's next, like CEO or?
I'm on the
what's
come
the
up.
game plan here?
I'm on the
Yeah,
come
we're
up.
going to be pretty soon.
Awesome. So please, do you want to get into what's been going down in Heathmore? Can you give us a little bit of an update?
Yeah, so a refresher for TU1. Well, I'll start with the year. The theme for Year 8 is, of course, legendary weapons. And our legendary weapon this season is the Muramasa Blade. It's said to contain the power of an entire army, but also the bloodthirst of one as well. And so, according to legend, this blade fell into the hands of many different warriors who succumbed to that bloodlust, and they committed some pretty terrible acts with the Muramasa Blade. We're not going to get into that. But fortunately, it then fell into the hands of our Orochi skin, Master Katashi. And Master Katashi, the thing about him is he is a Zen master, so he possesses the mental fortitude, the peace of mind to withstand the blade's bloodthirst, while still being able to use its power. And so he uses that power very nobly by defending the Bridge of 1,000 Blades. That's T1 in a nutshell, but I believe there's a little bit more to it, right, Ian?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
No, yeah, there is. Back in TU1, if players paid attention to the orders, there was a slight tease about some guy in a bar or something just hearing about Katashi and going like, I'm gonna get a piece of that pie, or he said like, I don't know, hold my beer or something,
Right.
and then he went out to face Katashi. And now we can reveal that this character is our main hero identity, Oniwaka. Oniwaka has a bit of a reputation. He's known as a weapon collector, but also a soul collector. He believes that every enemy he defeats, he believes that the soul of that enemy resides in their blades. So he collects these blades, adds these souls, these weapons, these powers to his arsenal. So he has seven souls, seven. And when he hears about Katashi, Muramasa Blade, power of an army, 1,000 souls.
It's tempting.
It's tempting. Like, it's basic math. 1,000 is a lot more than 7. I think so, anyways. So he's tempted. So he goes out to face Katashi. He comes in all cocky, sure of himself. This should be an easy fight. But then, of course, Katashi's Katashi. He's not called a master for nothing. And so there's this big battle on the bridge between the two of this epic duel, where each one finds an equal in their opponent, and the battle reaches a stalemate. Surprisingly, no winners, no losers. Katashi is, he doesn't defeat the guy, Oniwaka, but Oniwaka is still humbled in this stalemate, and so he decides to take on this lesson that he's learned and to pass it on. So he formed this monastic order to teach others essentially what he's learned, and so this is how we bring a new class in real time to Heathmoor.
And that lesson is really just how to truly master a weapon. But Oniwaka doesn't want to teach his SOHEI disciples how to master just one weapon. He wants them to master 7 of them, because it's important that other SOHEI are fully rounded fighters who are able to use the right weapon in the right situation on the battlefield, just be very versatile. And in order to reach this high bar, SOHEI disciples will focus on one weapon at a time. So for example, they might pick up the saw and fight only with the saw until they become a saw master. They can add that to their arsenal. They're allowed to pick another weapon now. They might pick up the sickle and then fight with the sickle until they become a sickle master. And they...
Sickle master sounds great.
Sounds pretty
sick.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty sick. So you rinse and repeat a total of 7 times until, however long it takes, might take years. Then finally, you are a 7-weapon master, aka a SOHEI, and it just drives home the idea that to be a master, you must continuously be a novice.
Wow.
But Anthony, do you think that SOHEI is purely a For Honor invention?
Please enlighten us.
Okay. We covered this in the meetings.
Oh,
You don't remember?
I don't recall.
Okay. So they are a real group of Japanese warrior monks. They took up arms, I believe it's through the Heian to the Sengoku period. I hope I got that right, Raph. And they just, they took up arms to...
Somewhere going, no.
He's going like, no!
Definitely not.
They're really known for their unique blend of religious devotion, martial prowess, and of course that distinctive armor that you see that has inspired our amazing design here with the warrior monk hood, which I'm sure Alex is going to tell us about more shortly.
Yeah, no, I mean he looks incredible. Honestly, I think it just looks great. I just want to circle back quickly to Oniwaka's and Master Katashi's relationship. So they have like a mutual respect for each other.
Absolutely,
They're totally best buds now.
Best buds.
Yeah.
Nice.
So this isn't, a hero skin hates the hero and blah, blah. No, they're like frolicking together in the fields.
Wow.
They're happy.
Nice.
It follows, the tradition of just the greatest, best friends in storytelling. Gilgamesh, Enkidu, Holmes and Watson, Shrek and Donkey,
Abed.
Love it.
Roy and Abed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
So they're like drinking buds.
They're
Oh
drinking
yeah,
buds.
it's officially a bromance in Heathmoor.
Yes.
Lore accurate.
Lore accurate. Yeah. Canon.
You heard it here first. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much for that. That's awesome. But I want to get into more of SOHEI's design aspects. He's super unique. Just so many good buzzwords around him. 7 weapons, demon monk, soul collector. Like, tell us, what was it like creating something like this?
Well, this particular was really, really challenging, but also a huge achievement as a result. As you can see, he's enormous. We paid a lot of attention to his arms, to his hands, and the modeling to really carry through that feeling that he's very, very big. And he's got all those 6 weapons that are on his back. All of that still had to be done with the same modeling constraints that we would have for a much smaller hero. So that took a lot of tests, a lot of conversations between many different teams. We had to collaborate between the rigging team, modeling team, the fight team, the animation team, all just trying to make sure that all of this worked. So the end result of some of those discussions are that the 6 weapons have limited customization just in order to make it a bit more readable. That way, it will improve the gameplay experience a lot. But you can still customize that main weapon, that Kamiari, because the variations are incredible on this one. They're really, really pretty.
I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see actually
Yeah.
all the different stuff, the different variations. Do you want to get into a bit more of the actual concepts behind the hero?
Yeah. So a lot of the armor sets of the SOHEI are inspired by theater. So we had No and Kabuki theater elements in those. You can see the No theater inspiration in that demonic mask that he's got. The first set is a bit more monastic. It's a bit more putting things together and gathering them from different sources, that collection sort of idea. So things are a little bit more ragged. It's giving this idea that he's not quite the ideal monk, despite being a monk. And we've got a whole bunch of different supernatural elements that are included throughout a lot of his sets. So you'll find things like one particular necklace is a design that's made to ward off demons. In his second set, he's got one long white wig, which is usually associated with the supernatural. A sort of braided belt and arm work, also something that is often done to ward off demons. The second set especially is very, very theatrical and really beautiful.
I like the one with the basket on his head.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah. Real headgear.
The demon imagery also calls back to Oniwaka's own childhood because he was so grotesque that he was called a demon ogre child, essentially. And so he's kind of appropriated that. And it also kind of, it fuels his need to, to prove himself, to master everything because he's been an outcast, all his life.
And now he's him.
Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. And I believe that we can also see some of his weapons as well. I think we can head there. Give Max a sec. Oh, we have the second row.
Yes. Yeah.
It looks awesome.
A lot of armors here. Yeah, that cloth too around his helmet, it's all hand sculpted. So really a lot of attention to detail.
Again, let's call back attention to the basket because I mean, come on, you can do your laundry and fight. I mean,
We said he's super versatile.
Yeah,
There you
exactly.
go. There you go.
Very, very adaptable.
Awesome. I love the hair on this one.
Yeah, that's that wig I was talking about. Yeah.
Looks super nice. And the main weapon is called what again exactly? I forget what
The Kamayari.
Kamayari.
So a lot of people already on Reddit very excited about the Kamayari. Got a lot of Kamayari fans out there.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm more of a saw guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's got a saw. He's got a bonk too.
Got a bonk? You gotta have a bonk.
Super cool.
There you
Now
go.
we're getting
There's
into
the
the
weapons.
weapons. Here we
the
go.
Weapons.
These just look incredible.
And here's a reminder for players that every weapon set that you see here, they have a name, but they've also lore behind them. The lore is always on the website, so if you go check out the character page, then you can see every weapon name set, every weapon set's name, and the story behind them as well.
Awesome. Awesome.
There's lore everywhere.
Lore
We're
everywhere.
hiding it.
Yeah. Like lore hoarders.
Yeah.
That's it. I love it. They get increasingly more detailed every time.
Yes.
They look so nice.
Yeah.
They're so intricate.
Those Kamayari fans are frothing at the mouth right now.
I love this one right here. Like the with like
Avatar
the
style?
blue blade
Yeah.
kind of, and the last one with like the white at the end.
Just like the blue blades.
Oh yeah, so nice. Awesome.
That one's gotta hurt.
Oh yeah, no,
They all gotta
Oh,
hurt.
yeah.
can't feel
Well,
I
good.
mean, geez.
Yeah.
Oh wow, these are so nice.
But you get killed by them and you admire
Mm-hmm.
the beauty of it.
Of course.
It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
You're like mad about it, but kind of happy
Yeah.
about it at the same
Yeah.
time. You're not
Gotta
sure.
respect it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better than getting killed with like a sickle, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is it's a work of art at least.
Yeah.
Awesome. And I believe too in TU2 we have some weapon sets coming.
Yes, so we have all of the weapon variations. Like we mentioned before, the armor variations now are going to be at the beginning of the season, the weapon variations at the end, and so now it's time for the weapon variations.
Awesome. Well, SOHEI just looks incredible. I'm super hyped to be able to get my hands on him. He'll be live tomorrow for you watching at home. If you want to be able to play SOHEI, he'll be available tomorrow for purchase for $7.99, or you can wait for 2 weeks and be able to purchase him for 15K steel. So if you want to wait, you can, but if not, tomorrow, $7.99. But that's not all. We've also got a free event pass coming, and it'll be available to play for 3 weeks, starting tomorrow. The 7-Weapon Master, starting July 25th to August 15th. And here are some of the rewards. Hit your foot, sorry. Oh, yeah. This looks so good. Peace and Serenity Battle outfit. Awesome. The details are just incredible. The Guardian of Peace ornament. Keep in mind, this is all available July 25th to August 15th. We have a peaceful garden effect.
These are all callbacks to what everyone's fighting for right now, just protecting the mire, the peace behind the mire.
Exactly.
This is the story essentially behind what Katashi's doing.
Yeah, recalling that Zen imagery as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here's a little sneak peek of the weapon set that's lootable throughout the entire event. Looks awesome. But yeah, I want to thank you both so much. All three, not both, all three of you. I want to thank all three of you for coming on and detailing everything coming. It just looks incredible. SOHEI available tomorrow. But stick around, because up next we have a deep dive of SOHEI's gameplay. So all this kit and everything. Stick around. You're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be awesome. But before that, we're going to show the free event pass weapons to its entirety. So we'll see you soon.
Bye.
What's up, Warriors Den and everybody out there? We are super excited to dive into the gameplay segment, and who better to walk us through all the things you know and love than our Lord and Savior, JC. Welcome back to the couch, sir.
Hello, hello. I'm back from my legion of adoring fans. I was looking at chat.
I know.
I don't know what's going on.
They were calling
Thank you,
for you.
I guess. I don't know.
I heard somebody even say like they feel that you need to be arriving with some sort of like a re-entrance.
Yeah, we
music,
should,
like,
we should try to do that at
maybe.
some point. It could be kind of cool.
Fine. I think Stone Colds would work pretty well for you.
Probably.
Just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah,
that works pretty
makes
well.
sense.
Well, great. Well, super happy to have you here. Also, we have a new face on the couch with us today. Mike, welcome aboard.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, well, we're excited to have you. Mike, this is your first time on the Warriors Den with us. Do you want to kind of introduce yourself to the audience and let them know what you do?
Yeah, it's new face. Yeah, let's talk about myself for a little bit. I've been on the project for a few months now, so I'm the new game design team lead here on the For Honor team.
Nice.
What does that mean? I'm responsible for the game design team. Yeah, what do? We make game modes. We do balance. We do a whole bunch of things to make excellent content for players out there.
Nice.
And my job is to make sure that the team has nothing standing in their way, make sure that they have what they need to give the players out there the best thing that players deserve, of course. There's one piece of the puzzle that I haven't mentioned, though. That's why I'm here today, is heroes.
Yeah.
We do heroes as well. So
Wait, we do heroes? Is that
we
is
do
that a thing
heroes.
we
We do heroes. Yeah, they don't
Kinda
appear
once in
at
a
all.
while.
So it's not just JC. It's in fact we have a team that does.
Yeah,
it.
there's definitely a team
There is a
behind
large
us, like hardcore.
That's good. Well, that's amazing, and it definitely took a team to build this beast of a hero. So we are super stoked to check it out. And I guess without further ado, like, what can you tell us about it?
Yeah, so let's jump into gameplay here. So we're going to show, this is live, we're doing it live today.
Yeah.
So let's see how this goes.
Bear with us.
If I'm bad at blocking, it's my fault.
This is true. So I'll run everybody kind of through everything we've done here with SOHEI, and well, let's just jump straight into it. So, we'll start with the basics. Every hero has this. We have our light attacks. You can throw those, of course, in every single direction. You'll notice I'm not getting blocked here. I'm not getting kind of cancelled out. Every light attack for this hero, every light opener attack for this hero, I should say, is enhanced. So you can you'll see later why this is very important.
Yeah.
So those are our lights. We have, of course, heavies as well. In every single direction. Pretty standard stuff. Everything you can kind of expect us to do.
And those heavies are pretty slow, but so I know some people are going to be worried about that.
Right.
But don't worry, we've thought of everything. It's going to be all good.
Don't be worried. We're just getting started.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Just getting started. There's so much more to show here. Now you might be running around the world. Might need to engage. So we have a light dodge attack, get you into combat right away. There we go. Light attack. We also have a heavy dodge attack. A sprint attack, sorry. Running around, get into combat, jump into the air with that Yari, smack opponent in the face. Dodge attacks. There we go.
We have light and heavy there, right?
Light and heavy sprint attacks.
I wonder why.
This will all be explained shortly. We have a zone attack. It's per usual. Big swipe, big trajectory there.
Nice.
Scary thing. It's very usual. And we have a forward dodge bash as an opener. Now that's going to lead into stuff. We're going to get into that in a second. Just know that's a very important move for this hero.
Nice.
Now let's go into the chains. Let's get into the good stuff.
We have dodge attacks as well, right? So I have side dodge and front
We have
dodge.
the side dodge. Yes, we can do those. Yeah, here we go. Left light attack. Right light attack. Openers. We have right heavy attack.
Yeah, so
And
heavy.
left heavy attack.
So there's a theme here, right? That every single, you can do front dodge as well, but
You can do front too.
there's a theme where every time you can do an attack, you always have a light and heavy version. Usually we don't really do this. So again, it's a sign of things to come.
All right.
It is a sign of things to come. This is a weapon master after all.
Exactly, right?
You should be able to do all these moves,
should be
right?
able to
There's
do
big groundwork being laid here. I can tell.
Exactly. So let's get into the good stuff. We'll swap back to our lights. They start enhanced, like I said. You can follow these up with another light attack. In any direction, all the time. Now the top one you would have seen there, it's a bit of an extra property there. This is an undodgeable follow-up on the light attack.
Yep.
And the left attack, kind of same thing.
What's
Light
kinda
chain.
cool here too is that, I don't know, players have probably noticed by this time, that second hit, that second light, always use one of the weapons that's on SOHEI's back.
Correct.
So depending on which stance you use, if you're top, you can do it again, right? We're using that Tetsubo. If you're going on this side,
Let's
wherever it is,
there we go. Let's do that
do it
again.
again.
There we
So
go.
we're using like different weapons. So that was the Kama, and then if we try it on this side, it's a bit of the Katana there. So it's every single time that you use a light in your chains, probably your heavies as well, right?
Your heavies as well.
They absolutely all use the special, the extra weapons that SOHEI is carrying, which is pretty interesting.
Exactly.
Amazing.
So
We have the same from heavies,
we'll
right?
go through the same rotation again. Heavy top into another heavy. Now, heavy follow-ups, you would have noticed that that's an unblockable attack there. So JC's doing a good job dodging there. We'll do the same on the sides. Do the right side heavy attack with a heavy follow-up. You can see, different weapons being used every single time, and same on the left.
So for everybody that was like, you're not going to be able to use all your 7 weapons or whatever, you use every single one of them during your kit. Not related to
We
feats,
literally
everything.
just counted to 7, right? There
Yeah,
are
right.
weapons if
We
you.
counted to
That's pretty
7.
good, right?
As was established, a little less than 1,000, but still 7 is we've never done that. Before.
We've never done 7.
Holy crap!
We really tried to put as many weapons as we could in here.
I mean, also his bash, he smacks people with his hand too. So there you go.
There you go.
There's even more.
Count as a weapon. Now, very important to note, for our very this player is asking, it's slow. What are the timings here? The heavy attacks are slow, but the light attacks did 400 MS follow-ups.
Yeah.
So they're pretty fast.
Yeah.
Right. So they kind of
Top is undodgeable,
Top is
again, to make sure that if people are going to go, hey, I can, I want to make sure that I can, I'm not just going to mash dodge and beat all the lights. Well, actually, top is undodgeable, so you can't just mash light and always get away with it.
Nice.
That's right. Now, properties on the heavies as well, very quickly. Every heavy attack follow-up has a different property. So top heavy follow-up does kind of extra damage, more than the other heavy follow-ups would do. The left side bleeds the target. Get a little bit of damage over time there. And the right side pins the target. So you can see the weapon master has tricks up his sleeve.
Yeah, you want to use different attacks in different situations. It's pretty cool there.
Nice.
Right. So might have noticed, we're always pressing the same button twice to get into those second weapons. Now, there is another move that can kind of use these weapons, and it's our zone attack. Now, our zone attack, as our players know, is a combination of a light attack and a heavy attack, which means you can follow that attack up with a light and heavy attack as well. So let's start from the right here. I'll follow up with a light attack. We'll do the same zone attack into a top light attack. Let's see if we can change stance fast enough. There we go. Good stuff. And we'll do the same on the right, on the other side.
See my extra super
See those reaction speeds.
There we go. We'll see if we can do it on the other side. There we go. Those were the light attacks, and you can do the same with the heavy attacks as well. Now, why is all of this stuff important? Why is it important that you can access all these weapons? Now, you would have noticed JC very skillfully, completely unscripted, blocked everything, dodged everything I
It
threw
was
at him.
not planned at all.
So I'm going to ask him
Felt
to
a
not.
little practice, maybe just a little.
I'm going to ask him to not do it now and
Okay.
just get hit.
There's
this
one
is
thing
hard to
before
ask.
we go into that, right? One thing we need to mention really is that you have a zone attack in chains as well, right?
This is true. You can use a zone attack as an extender. So if I do my light here, I can follow up with a zone attack. It's very smooth. It's very smooth. I can continue my chain the entire time. And the same goes for the right. It's for the heavy attacks here. Up into a zone, extender, and you would have seen there's a little property on there.
Yeah, it's armored, so that's really, really useful as well to trade and stuff. So
There you go.
I agree. That was very smooth. In fact, that's some top tier animation work.
amazing animation. We'll get
we'll
hear
get
from the
into that.
animation
We'll get
team a
into
little bit, but
Give them all the time and all the credits
Did amazing.
shortly.
yeah. So what's special about these weapons? Because I kept blocking them. I guess there's probably a reason why, right?
Yeah.
I'm
You're
trying not
better
to get
than
hit
me.
too much
That's
by
So let's get hit. So we'll start with the lights. Oof! Didn't dodge that one, right? So what? There's a glow now.
What is
Something
this? What
happened.
is this? Like the little white thing on top?
Something happened. This is happening in every single direction. As I'm using the weapons on my back, I'm kind of getting into what we call the soul stance. We talked about the souls, the soul collector. The souls of our enemies are in these weapons. Every time we hit, there's the pin on the right heavy follow-up. Same at the top. I keep collecting souls.
It's got a lot of souls going on
There's
there.
a lot of
Yeah,
souls.
right.
Pretty good.
Now, the concept of this soul collector, the SOHEI here, is we wanted to add a mini game to his design, right? We wanted to have players think a little bit ahead of what they're going to throw at their opponent and have a bit of this mini game of collecting the souls, getting all these souls up, so that by the time you get all of the souls up,
Yeah.
there's something cool that happens.
They're kind of red now.
Yeah.
They're red now.
I remember seeing that red in the trailer, and I'm like,
Right.
I wonder, like, some weird things happening. I don't know. They're going into the
souls are very
Yari,
angry
I don't
now,
know what's
like,
happening.
yeah.
Yes.
But he looks like powered up or something.
A little
He
bit.
is powered up, and there's lots of speculation on what that meant.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So,
I'm not sure what. Please show us because I
let's
have
just
no idea.
let's just let the game speak for itself.
Of course, right?
Ooh.
Okay.
Goes.
So I'm old, so I can't really see the combat log there, but I believe this says
95 damage.
95 damage, right?
That's
so
right.
My
Right.
goodness.
so
That's
essentially
a lot.
that move, but so that move you can only do it when you have all souls active, right?
Correct.
And only off of the front dodge bash,
Only off-
and it's off of a zone attack input.
That's right. So if you front dodge bash without the soul's zone attack, you destroy your zone attack. But
Like another attack or whatever, but yeah.
exactly right. But if you have your 6 souls, you unlock the special move, the 7-4 strike, using that Yari, using all the power of your souls to kind of embed your opponent there, dealing massive damage.
Extremely high damage.
This is a scary moment. We've seen it on the floor
It
when
is.
Oh, yeah.
SOHEI has all those souls up. It's scary, and he counts as well, right?
Yeah, right. Every time you you gain one soul, he counts. It doesn't really matter which weapon is getting the soul first, but he's gonna count from 1 to 6, like we've heard in the trailer.
We have, yeah.
Actually 1 to 5, and then he screams something else that we've probably heard there. But the idea here is really you want to be able to hit with all of your weapons to activate that special mode. All those souls are per weapon, so you have to land a hit with that weapon to gain a soul on that weapon. I can't just keep mashing top lights or top heavies
Yeah.
and getting on the other weapons. It's you have to hit once per weapon
Yeah.
to get all that sort of stuff going.
Absolutely.
Crazy.
But at the same time, if that was the only way to really gain souls, it would be really, really, really hard, right? Like there's a lot of attacks here that people are gonna parry, they're gonna block, they're gonna dodge. So is there any other ways to gain them?
There are. It's a weapon master. Of course, there are other ways.
course,
There's always more. So I've showed our dodge attacks. Our kind of forward light attack in this case. These can follow up with. Oh, let me just do that correctly here. With a light attack, but not only that, it can follow up from a light attack from any stance. The same goes for our heavy dodge attacks.
Nice.
Dodge to the right, follow up with the top. Dodge to the left, follow up with the right.
So I see a theme forming here where basically every option that SOHEI has that is not like from neutral heavies or whatever, there's a reason why there's light and heavy sprint. There's a reason why there's light and heavy front dodge and side dodge. It's to get into those things, right? Because the chain flow of this hero is kind of unique, where it's always using the same button twice. So because of this, you need to have a side dodge light into light, or a side dodge heavy into heavy, right? We want to be able to reach into these things, and again, give players a lot more reason as to why am I using my light or my heavy version. They have different properties as well, right? So the side dodge heavy has a big swipe, where the side dodge light, for example, has a little poke. So sometimes you want to use the swipe, sometimes you want to use the poke. It doesn't really matter, but it also kind of depends on at what point you're at in your game plan, which weapons do you want to activate their souls from.
Gotcha.
That's right. Now we have a couple more. I'll run very quickly through these, so we want players to see the whole kit, right?
Yeah,
Of
right.
course. So we've already showed the forward dodge bash, I believe. So this can follow up as well. We said that early on. This can follow up with lights or heavies, again from any stance.
Yeah, against Remington. This is kind of unique. We don't have that. It's very rare that we have this. Actually, they're dedicated follow-ups, but so they deal we were able to tweak the damage accordingly. Everything's good, but they are stance-based. So if I do I can do a heavy from this side, or I can do a heavy from that side, right? So these have pretty good trajectories. Again, so if you want to be in a group fight, if you want to cover your sides, you can. You can still go top if you want, but it's all kind of really around the hero's game plan of what attack do I want to use in what situations, but also think about which soul do I want to activate to get to my 7-4 strike.
That's right. That's right. Now there's a couple of cool things that we've kind of added to this kit, just to we realize that sometimes maybe you want another option. So we talked about the zone extender. Gonna throw that into your kind of combo. So I'll follow up here on the right and kind of zone. Let me just do a proper zone extender here. Up. Now, that might be easy to parry, right? You might think that, every opponent's going to parry that. Easy. So we added the option to soft feint this attack into a guard break.
Yeah.
And let's look at it. We've gushed about how good these, let me just hit you, how good these animations are. Oh, let me also just do it properly. So smooth.
It is like, honestly,
smooth.
that, again, we'll have the animation team come later, but this is like one of the smoothest soft feints I've seen in the game. I'll do it from my point of view if players want to see like a little bit more.
Wow.
Just from neutral, you can soft feint into guard break. It feels like amazing. And then if I go into a light, for example, again, like it feels extremely seamless. It's gorgeous. But then, so I guess there's a reason why you're showing us guard break, right?
Right.
Yes, there is a reason I'm showing guard break, because there's an extra kind of follow-up from a regular guard break. So if you do successfully guard break an enemy, you can follow up with 3 hits,
Nice.
getting all glows for that follow-up type. So 3 lights or 3 heavies. So if you are having trouble getting that last weapon out, just catch the opponent off with that guard break, follow up with whatever you're missing, bam, you're ready to go.
Yeah, right. So basically, if you manage to land 2 guard breaks and nobody's interrupting you, whatever, you can get 3 souls every time. Like you get all 3 light souls or all 3 heavy souls. It's light, 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 or heavy, heavy, heavy. You can't switch them midway, so we want players to commit a little bit more there. It makes it a little bit harder to get all the souls active. But it's pretty interesting, right? Because you can do that. And then you can, off a guard break, you also have a zone attack if what you want to do is regular damage, right? Because the important thing here is normally off of a guard break, you want to be able to execute somebody. You want to be able to do 24 damage with a heavy.
Yeah.
Those light, light, lights and heavy, heavy, heavies deal a lot less damage. But we want players to still have the option to be able to, I'm going to throw something that will deal, again, the regular damage, can potentially execute as well, which is kind of different there as well. Yep. We have sometimes zones that execute. They're really rare. But in this case, it also applies to the neutral zone here. That one can also execute, and the chain one as well. So it kind of fits in with that trick here. And also, something that's not super obvious, after light, 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 I can go straight into my chain zone as well. So you can keep extending your flow after those like 3 little pokes that you have, or after heavies as well. So you guard break somebody, get 3 souls, and then go into a zone, keep your offense going.
Yeah,
so it feels really, really good there.
Absolutely. And there's one final thing we want to show just before we jump into a little bit of setup here is I'm going to throw a heavy top at you here. Just to show,
let me just like get rid of all of my souls there.
Yeah. Just an opportunity to 7-4 strike me there. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Cool. So throw me a top heavy.
Throw a top heavy at you. Parry that one. Hup. Immediately follow up with a light or a heavy.
Or a heavy, yeah.
In any stance.
Exactly. So whenever you parry, you kind of shortcut to your soul stance, which lets you use any of your soul weapons, right? So any of the 6 weapons that are there. Just as an FYI, so players are aware, we know we had an early access period. You're probably going to see a bunch of videos from influencers coming out soon. We know there's a slight issue here where if you perform a heavy parry and you throw a heavy follow-up, you can parry the follow-up, but it's a 1-frame thing. We're working on a patch right now to solve this, to have a bit of a longer window. So we're aware of the issue. It's going to get fixed shortly, but not like as of tomorrow when it launches. So just so players are aware, we know about this. You don't need to go into the bug reporter putting a bug if you want to. We know it's good. It's going to get fixed, but just so people are aware.
Gotcha.
But you can throw, like, so if I parry a light, so you can do a dodge attack at me, for example, right?
A light dodge attack, is it?
Side dodge. You can do a heavy.
Side dodge light, yeah. Okay.
Right, so it works. I can throw a side heavy. I'm going to get, I can get all my stuff. So it's really interesting. You get all of your souls through this. So the hero's entire kit is really built around how do I get my souls? How does that go, right? So now, Mike is going to go and set us up for us to show feats. And while he does this, I'm going to talk a little bit more about some of the philosophy we had behind designing this hero, right? So
because this has been deep so far. It's
super
very
deep. And so one of the things that so one of the things that we want to do is it's really unique. We want to build on this uniqueness. And it was the first time that we're trying to attempt to have an actual resource system. Right. We've never really had a resource system in For Honor before where you kind of have to build up a certain gauge or resource. It's something I've seen mentioned like a lot of times by players, like, we should have that on like Yorm, for example, like with runes or whatever. So we've been thinking about it for a long time, and we finally were able to build this with this hero. And with the concept of the 6 weapons, it came naturally to us to go, well, okay, cool. So we want to build a hero that like has all these weapons. So I want to be able to hit with all of these weapons. And then when I hit with them, I gain something. We tried a bunch of different things. We tried something where like you would, if you're familiar with like more traditional fighting games, there's a concept called an install. If you want to give this to Manu, because he can
Yes,
I don't know if
just
something
like,
happened. So there's a concept of an install, right? Well, when you activate something, you go into this really crazy powered up mode. We looked at this and it was like a bit too unpredictable, a bit too hard to control. So we really went towards, I'm getting all my resources, and once I have all of my resources, I gain access to a new move that deals a ton of damage, right?
Right.
That's super cool. Another thing that's super interesting in what we've done is, like you might have noticed from what we've had before in the, when Alex was talking earlier, that we can't quite customize the weapons. And that is very much on purpose. You'll be able to see, like, you know, like again, when we get back into the game, but as you look at the hero, you'll notice that like each of the handles has a different color. All the light attacks that you can use as SOHEI have a white handle, and all the heavy attacks you can use to pick those weapons has a brownish handle, right? And they're set in a very, very specific area around you. So when she was talking about how it influences gameplay, a lot of what that means is we wanted to make sure that when you're looking at a SOHEI, right, because that move is so dangerous, when you're playing against them, you want to go, okay, I want to make sure they don't get access to that move, because once they do, once they unlock it, I'm probably going to be in trouble. So if you look at a SOHEI from a player perspective, you look at him like as your opponent. From left to right, it means that the first weapon is a left light, then it's left heavy, then it's top light, top heavy, and then on the side, it's right light, then right heavy. So just by looking at him and looking at those souls, the ones that are activated, you can tell which weapons he has used, which ones are activated, but also which ones he wants to use.
Right.
And so because it is, like, the SOHEI really, really wants to have all 6 of those souls activated, so it kind of gives you a bit of a mind game of going, okay, he's missing only one. He's only missing his left light. Clearly, he's going to want to use his left light. So I'm going to make sure that because they're 400 MS, they're hard to block, I'm going to try to really deal with the left light and make sure that I'm always going to block in that stance. That also unlocks mix-ups and mind games from the SOHEI's perspective, that my opponent is expecting this, I can do something else instead. Right? So it's, again, we wanted to like give that freedom and that type of mind game and thought behind, I need to use all of my attacks, I need to use all of my hits to unlock that big crazy hit. It's not necessarily easy. We had to give shortcuts with the guard break and all sorts of stuff to be able to get into it a little bit easier so that it makes more sense. So it's really a different hero there. The other thing that we did that we wanted to make it super unique was the flow, right? As I mentioned earlier, there's like, it's only light or heavy. And also in a fun twist, if you press zone, you press both buttons, so you get access to both light or heavy afterwards. So you really want to use your zone attacks with this hero, because it'll chain to either your light or your heavy, so it gives you a bit more freedom as to where you're going to be going, which weapons you're going to use, makes you a little bit more unpredictable, but at the same time, there's slower attacks, they're a bit more complicated, so it's kind of different there. The last point is something to keep in mind when you're playing against SOHEI. You have to respect his guard breaks, much more than a lot of other heroes, because on a guard break, he gains 3 souls every single time. And so that is extremely scary, which means that slow zone, it's a super easy parry, right? Like you see it, okay, I'm going to parry it. There's a soft hit to guard break with that. So it's super easy for the SOHEI to read that you're going to parry, soft hit to guard break, and guess what? He gets 3 souls every time. So it's a lot of these like trickier situations where we wanted to integrate that mindset of, I have to be careful, I have to change my game plan, I have to adapt my game plan when I'm playing against this hero, depending on how many souls he has. If all 6 souls are activated, what's going to happen? How are you going to play against this? And how does it work? So it's super interesting. I find it gives us something really, really, really different for this hero and a different type of game plan when you play as him and when you play against him. So it's very, very unique.
I don't think it could be like understated, like how unique this is, like how no other hero does what this hero does. Like, and I mean, just all the ways that you're talking about here. But it's almost like you'd have to be a weapons master of sorts to be able to pull off all these crazy moves. So I think the fantasy really fits really well here.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
All right, cool. So now we want to have a look at feats.
We're set up.
Cool. We're set up for feats.
We're set up for feats.
Just a quick note: the feats right now are set up on like super fast cooldown. We'll like Mike will like nicely explain tell the cooldowns and the values for each and every feat, so you don't have to go crazy. We're aware that like these are gonna go really fast. It's normal. Don't worry about it, and we're gonna go into it. So Mike, take it away.
Yeah, let's do this. So 4 feats, 4 unique feats for this hero, as we've been doing recently for all of our heroes. Let's start at the first one. The first feat, feat 1 here, is a targeted active. You target an enemy, throw that at the enemy, and that is a defense debuff. Now, that defense debuff is 25% armor debuff. It lasts for 20 seconds with a minute cooldown, so it's quite short.
Yeah, you can do it quite often. But one of the things that is interesting here is that like we're not really going to see the damage values here, but SOHEI's baseline damage is lower than other heroes, except for that crazy strike there. But generally, he's going to deal less damage than other heroes to compensate for the fact that he gets access to that big move once he does get all of his souls there. So what's interesting here is that like that defense debuff puts him back to baseline. Right? Generally, his damage is going to be like 20 to 25% lower than other heroes without that feat active on your opponent. So you want to activate it to deal more damage to get a little bit higher into the fights. And we'll see how it kind of flows with the rest of the stuff. That's pretty interesting.
Correct. So I'm just gonna get some souls on you now, because the second feat here interacts with, of course, it has to interact with the souls. I'll guard broke you there. Up. So I have my 6 souls. That second feat there is only available when you have the 6 souls. So you would have seen it's grayed out. You can see it on JC's side there that it is going to grayed out. For me, it's active, and when you use it, this will consume all 6 souls and heal you to full.
Yeah, so I'm gonna deal enough damage to you so you go like really low.
I was gonna say, now when you say full, you mean
I mean
full.
Full health. There we go, nice and
Right, so you're really low.
up. Let's get that up again. Hop. Do the same here again. Very scary. Appreciate you not dodging that. So consume, boom,
Back to full.
full health. So that's a game changer.
That's a game changer.
It gives the SOHEI lots of options, but it also it adds to him being so scary.
Yeah.
Right. Now I will just gather up my souls here again. Feat 3, as you guessed it, interacts with the soul system.
I'm noticing a theme here.
There's a theme here.
Pretty good. Yeah.
You see, you would have maybe even seen it, spotted it earlier. My hands are glowing. My feet is blinking in the HUD there. When this feat gets unlocked and you have your 6 glows,
Your 6 souls,
your 6 souls there, then you deal extra damage.
Nice.
So this can combine with that first feat, that defense debuff, to now put you above the power curve a little bit. So this is a 25% damage buff, and it is passive. There's no cooldown on this or anything. It is just active as long as you have your 6 souls. If you lose them, it's gone.
Yeah, if you die, if you lose them, if you use them, it's gone, right? So what I really like about the way we approach this is, again, we wanted to play with that resource system as much as possible. So our second feat, giving you a full heal if you use all your souls, is kind of interesting because then you have to sacrifice the potential damage output of the third feat, but also you give up the ability to use that move once.
Yeah.
So it's a lot, again, it's focused around like thinking about what situation am I in? Do I want to use that feat? Do I want to use that move? The third feat is interesting because it puts you back at like normal power, maybe a little bit above sometimes. But then if I use my 7-4 strike, I lose that buff, right? So it's, do I always want to use it? If I'm fighting against somebody that's at super low life, maybe it's not worth using it. If I'm against somebody that's like super high life, maybe it'll be worth using. If I'm close to dying and it's better that I don't die, then maybe I want to heal instead. So it's everything is kind of surrounds that concept of I'm getting that resource, and then it's intelligently spending it. It's being thoughtful about when do I want to spend it, why do I want to spend it, what are the different situations. That's super interesting there. And then We can also show, like here, right? So you have extra damage. We're not going to show it because you're going to kill me basically one shot.
Yeah,
But then apply feat 1 to me.
So feat 1, boom.
And then
go.
do that 7-4 strike.
Now 7-4 strike. Huh. Kill.
First of all, amazing animation here, right?
Very
I
cool.
died.
You killed.
That looks good. But at the same time, we can see the damage log. This dealt with feat 1 active on an opponent and feat 3 active on you. It deals 149
49.
damage. So what this means is it basically one-shots the entire roster, with the exception of like if you have defense buffs on yourself or whatever. There's things that can kind of activate your shields or whatever, but somebody normal that doesn't have any buffs on themselves, that's at full health, this will one-shot them every single time. It's a lot of damage. You need to have a lot of stuff coming together. You need to have your feat 1 active on the person. You have to have your feat 3 active on yourself, so you have to have unlocked it as well. But once all the stars line up, all the souls line up, you get to one-shot somebody once in a while. It doesn't happen super often.
Oh, not often at all.
Yeah,
It is
because it's
rare.
very, very, very dangerous. And it kind of forces players to go, oh no, there's a SOHEI nearby.
Yeah.
Oh no, does he have all of his souls?
Oh, I can hear
Oh
him
no.
counting.
But
Oh,
if you
God.
do, then it's we better gang up on him.
Yeah.
Because if you die, you lose all of your souls.
Yeah.
So it kind of messes a bit with the meta, and when this hero is in a group fight, because he's a terrific, insane ganker. Because from outside, you can just go, I'm gonna bash you, one shot you. It's fine. So you want to be maybe potentially like focus on him a little bit more, get into that mode, get into that kind of refocusing and changing how you approach team fights in general. I'm going to talk about it a little bit more later, but it's a lot of why we're building this hero as well is to go around with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And finally, feat 4.
There's a feat 4, the big feat. Once you've unlocked that, you'll notice I have no glows. I just, death blowed. The 7-4 strike, just one hit. JC here. What if I wanted yet another shortcut? He did survive. I can press this button, simple press of a button, scary mode. There we go.
Oh, he's powering up.
Powering up. I have all
Powering up.
my souls available.
Yeah.
This is a long cooldown. This is
3 minutes.
it's a 3-minute cooldown, so use this wisely. You won't be using it every team fight. You do have to work for your souls, but once you do have it, again, this is kind of that element of surprise. Changed up the team fight, and hopefully one hit somebody.
Yeah. Big burst of damage available when that happens.
I think we need to see it one more time at least. Go.
Yeah, I'm going to do it on my side. So
One more time on the stairs here. Maybe a bit of camera
right, so
work.
you're at full health right now, so let's show off what happens when you're at full health.
Yeah, so just for clarification there, that was without the debuff.
Yeah, right.
Right.
So now I have the debuff going, and it's good night.
Jeez. Oh,
One
that's
shot.
a lot of
One
damage.
shot.
That is a lot of damage. It is extremely scary.
Yeah.
That weapon's like shaking a little
That
bit.
was
It's terrified.
yeah, it's terrifying.
terrified of what just happened.
Yeah, so that's kind of like the idea here, right? So we wanted to really build feats that complement how the hero plays,
Yeah.
complement the systems, and really interact really deeply with the hero's feats, hero fight kit, kind of fit really well with it. I'm super happy that we're able to, like, even I was looking at Reddit, I was looking at people, and there was so much speculation
So many guesses.
about like how
So many
things are going to
guesses.
work or whatever. I think we managed to pull off something that's like super different. It feels really unique as a hero, and I hope players are going to like it.
Yeah.
Right, it's going to be awesome. So I can go a little bit more into like what we're thinking of in terms of like when we're designing this hero, right?
Right.
Whenever the process that we typically do is we start with like a big document. That's like the intention that we have towards building this hero. And we generally start with like 3 keywords.
Right.
And so with these keywords inform us as to how we're going to design the hero, how we're going to design the feats, how we're going to design the fight set, but also like for everything else, right? So whenever we're talking about like executions, animations, all that sort of stuff, how is the feel going to be? So for this hero, we had 3 keywords. We had versatile, right? We want them to have different properties, different ways of approaching fights. I want them to be methodical, right? We need to be able to go, I'm versatile, but I'm also methodical in how I want to use all of my weapons, right? Like the SOHEIs were trained to use all their weapons, to become master of all their weapons, as Andre beautifully put out earlier.
Did,
So
yeah.
it's about like using all those weapons, making sure that you get there, so it's really methodical. But we also want him to be monstrous, right? He's a big demon at a base.
He's bigger than Shuga. if
He's
I'm
bigger
not
than
mistaken,
Shugo, right? It's our largest character in the game to date.
He's big.
So all these kind of keywords kind of built towards the feeling that we want to drive for this hero. It impacts animation, impacts everything. That's really, really cool. So that's really, really awesome. And it was like you've been there as well. Animation team has been there. Everybody's been working on this like super hard.
Yeah.
It's a very, very challenging hero. We had to build new tech to support the soul system. How does it work? And then we also learned quite a bit from this system because we tried to do stuff where I'm going to use like 1 soul or 2 soul or 3 souls or like different thresholds, all these things. But because it's not a gauge that goes up, it's like I have to use this weapon or that weapon. It just muddied everything in hardcore, right? Because at some point, if you have to have 2, then we tried like things like different colors. Like sometimes it's white, and then it throws like different colors. It's red when it's full. Everything became so confusing, really difficult to play against as well, because it's kind of like you have to start counting them, right? So we decided to go on a more binary matter. So it's white or red. It's all or nothing. It made it a lot easier for the development for this as well to kind of like fit really well. But it was complicated, making sure that we had everything working correctly. I know Francis, who's on the team, has been on the team for a long time, that players are familiar with by now, who worked on the bots for SOHEI, made sure that the SOHEI bot actually knows which weapons he has activated, and the SOHEI bot is actually going to actively try to get to his other weapons to unlock and stuff. So there's a lot of challenges, a lot of things that we pushed towards in building this hero that was complicated. It was super challenging. Yeah. I think we pulled it off. We have one of our most unique heroes we've had in a long, long, long time.
Hands down. Hands down.
That's great. I also want to give like big shout outs to Will, who was on a Warriors Den once, who is a newer member of our team, like for about a year now, who worked like tirelessly on this hero as well, like to start. So it's on the design team. It was like a big, big challenge for us. Audio also did like amazing stuff on there. Animations, as we'll see, I think these are like some of the smoothest animations we've had on a hero for a long time.
Like butter.
So
amazing.
It's amazing, right? So just close it out really quick on our end. Looking at this hero, we built him to be a bit of a meta disruptor, like we always kind of have, but in a different way, right? We haven't had players that are heroes that are really good at ganking in a while. This hero has like the strongest ganking move in the entire game. That's not a feat, right? We don't count Hito there, but it's still like the strongest move in the game, like the most damage of a baseline move that we can do. It's really different. It's really unique. Wanted to be able to have like that ganking aspect, but also that scary aspect, right? He's monstrous for a reason. We wanted you to be scared of him. We wanted players to be that dude is around.
Yeah.
I don't want him to be around me. I don't want him to have his souls. I better do something about it.
Right.
And so it kind of disrupts fights just by him being there and gaining souls off of people. So it's really, it's a really big different thing. So it's really different. It's unique. Again, I keep saying that, but it's really true. We're pushing for something that's really different here.
Yeah, nobody else has a resource system, so that's pretty unique.
Exactly,
True,
right?
Yeah. Yeah, and I think and I think you're right, dude. Just from playing and experiencing that, just you hear him counting. It's terrifying. You see the red glows from across the map. Those souls just they're so angry.
When he gets all them, he screams at the end. It's like
Where is he? Where
you
is
hear
he?
him from far away, but when you hear that on the side, you don't see like, uh-oh. So,
yeah, it's pretty incredible. So thank you so much,
Awesome.
JC. Mike, any final kind of thoughts, words?
I really hope the players, enjoy, SOHEI here. Get a couple of one-shots. Let us know how it feels to be that strong. But also, of course, a very big shout-out to the whole team who's worked for months on this. You've already mentioned Francis and Will, the designers working on this hero. So the animation team, the VFX team, tech, of course, like you mentioned.
Yep.
All the arts teams, everybody, audio, everything came together. Narrative, of course, to, inspire us.
It's the lore.
There's so many people, the whole team. Fantastic work. Thank you all so much. And I just really hope the players enjoy this.
Amazing. Yeah. Well, cool. Well, thank you both very much. I know I'm super excited. SOHEI is available tomorrow. You don't even have to wait long, folks.
Yeah.
Okay,
Tomorrow.
This is nice. We do the Warriors Den the day before, and then you get to just play them tomorrow. It's incredible. So, but you know what? We have more. We want to go over more with our animation team, do a bit of a deep dive there. So please stick around. We're going to bring some of our incredible animators on, and we're going to talk a bit more about what it took to bring this hero to life and all those silky smooth animations there. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right. All right.
I didn't realize that. I wasn't-
Pulled it off.
Nice. Nailed it.
No.
Thanks all last minute, but it's good.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to the deep dive, the animation segment.
Yes.
Join with me are Vanessa, Daniel, and Nolan. Super excited to get into this. How are you guys feeling today?
Very, very pumped. It's fun.
Very good, very good.
Yeah.
I'm amped. It's gonna be sick.
Yes.
So let's get right into it. Please tell us, what was it like animating a hero with 7 weapons?
I mean,
What?
what else can I do? GC did spoke about everything. No, I mean honestly, it's an incredible hero. I brought the weapon from the mocap studio.
Oh my god.
You will need some help here.
And it's pretty big.
It's been here the whole time.
Yeah, I was hidden all along. So it touched the
ceiling.
The ceiling, and there's a little face on it. I don't know if you can see it. Happy face. Happy face.
Ooh.
Need to find a way to correct like the angle sometime. That's
Yeah.
the place. There you go. So you have the big giant Yari.
Gotta
from
keep
the
holding it,
main
man.
Okay.
You gotta.
No, it's
Does you
very
like let people like bask in this? Does it even fit
No,
in
no, no,
frame?
no,
Like,
no.
oh, okay.
So big that-
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But yeah, no, the this hero was incredible to work on. This inhuman strain that he has. He's super dramatic, theatrical, like Alex said a bit at the beginning. Everything was, our goal was for us to transpire all of that in the animation. And of course, the biggest challenge, the 7 weapon.
Yeah.
6 weapon on the back. I mean, 2 weapon, not 3. We skipped 3, 4, 5, 6. Straight to 7.
And right for it.
Oh my
That's
God.
it.
So
Jumped ahead of it. Yeah.
yeah, and this the problematic came right away because 6 weapon. How do you unsheath them? How do you grab them? GC mentioned it. We had to figure out where to place them to reach them. So we kind of associated with the stance a little bit. We were trying to be a bit again showing off his dramatic aspect and trying to find a way to do the animation smoothly, naturally, but it has to be fast as well. Because, you know, those
It has
400
to flow.
ms.
Oh my God.
Yeah, 400 ms attack. It needs to go fast. It needs to look good. And there was a lot of work with, we can see on the screen, with the mocap actor to really try to get in the motion of being able to maybe do an attack and sheet at the same time as well. So we were trying to find those kind of trick to help ourselves to gain those precious frame that we need when we had to do like when we say, okay, let's do 6 weapon in the back. Yeah, quite the challenge. You can see, like, yeah, just having, it was a smart decision, I think, from the beginning to just figure out to put the end, like he's looking at you that way. He stands, he's ready to grab the weapon. So, yeah, very happy that we worked hard in the beginning a lot with GC and the other team to make sure that will be the foundation of all of this. And yeah, so very challenging visually, very challenging technically as well, right, Dan?
Yeah. So the main difference between this hero and the other heroes that we have done in the past is that this one, it's a little bit more technical to animate.
Yeah.
Why? Because we have something called the weapon ref that are pretty much like pivot points, reference points that allow us to control the weapons of the hero. And the first question that we needed to ask ourselves was, are we really using all these weapons at the same time? The answer was quite simple, and we said, okay, we're not using all of them at the same time. We are using mainly the Kamayari. So we said we have left weapon ref, right weapon ref for every other hero. So Kamayari, you're gonna be solved by the right weapon ref, right? But then we have only one weapon ref available, that it was the left one, and we said, okay, we have a problem because we have 6 weapons that we need, and we have only available one weapon ref. So we had to change a little bit the way how we use that weapon ref. We said, okay, we're gonna create more or less, it's gonna happen, the way it's gonna be or act is gonna be like a magnet, okay? And with the switch that we can set on off, more or less what you're seeing on the screen right now. So we snap the weapon to that weapon ref. We do the attack, for example, I unsheath the weapon, I activate my weapon ref, I say on, go, weapon, snap to that weapon ref, strike, and then let go. We set it to off. Then, of course, we ran out into other we run into other situations, like for example, like what about if I chain my chain attacks, like they were doing before with the zone extender. So we had to do like if we were doing it in real life, we say, well, we will have to shoot the animation, the weapon while doing the animation, the zone extender. So that was pretty much we started to answer all our questions in the animation software. But the second, not problem, but challenge we had was going in engine and reproduce that in engine. Yeah. So for that, we had or hold some conversations with the GPP team, Pascal, Abdel in that moment. And we asked them, hey, this is the way or how we can solve this, how we can animate all of that. We will need a system or tool in order to make this happen. Could you help us with that? And they kindly said, like, okay, that we can do this for you guys.
They were sweating a little bit, though. There's like, maybe.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of new, and for us, it needed to be flexible as well, because at that moment, when you start, like it's the beginning, doing the hero, so you're not too sure where we're gonna go, and oh my god, I'm gonna do this attack and this attack. So we would try to work and do it and plan it, and all of that at the same time.
A lot of tests, back and forth, saying this is working, this is not working. Can we add this?
A lot of trial and error.
Yeah, trial and error. And then we had to consider as well other departments such as VFX and sound effects, because they need to also plug their
the sound on
the sound and everything, the VFX.
Yep.
And after that, we said, okay, everything is working. We can pretty much mimic what we have in the animation software in engine. So we had like the green light, the goal, like, hey, this is possible. We're gonna make it happen. And yeah, now we're here.
And we added because sometimes you parry with an attack and the weapon is not on the same angle and it kind of flipped. Yeah. So at this moment in time, we knew it was working, and we're like, should we do parry with every weapon? And because it added more work, and we say, it will be smoother. At this point, we had to do it. So we're like, okay, let's do it. Let's add more parry and all this animation. So it's very smooth. I'm sure players gonna see that.
Yes.
Like, you talk about that smooth again. Like we gushed about in the last one, but that soft feint from the zone into the guard break, like I'm in love with that thing. It's amazing. Like what was it like to build that?
Oh, for real?
Like a suffering.
Okay,
I love it. They're so good. Like
I like it too. I love it. Well, my favorite though is the 7 Force Strike.
I suppose we could talk about that one too. Yes, that's, like if you want to hear more about the 7-4 strike instead of just the soft feint, that's fine. But yeah, sure. Let's go to that. Like, tell us more about the 7-4 strike.
Yeah, for that one, like I said, it's my favorite one. Not because how beautiful it is. It's more about the feeling of the animation overall. And this is gameplay animation. Why? Because at the beginning, during the pre-production, we were like, okay, let's do something crazy. We had crazy ideas, like something like Hitokiri Fit 4, for example, or let's do it a sort of execution, like gameplay execution. But then we have some gameplay constraints or game design constraints. We said, okay, this cannot be parable, this attack. Yeah. It has to be guaranteed. So we need a bind. We need to bind the enemy. And I remember we were saying like, okay, if I bind the enemy, what I'm supposed to do, okay? Because
you get
what else?
Try
which options do I have? Let's go here.
Be like that, grab a chair and try to do something different. Than it's very difficult, and this weapon is pretty long too. So
thank you for specifying chair, not like little brother.
I mean, but yeah, it's.
So, the range was not there, but then we said, okay, let's start building everything from that bind. Let's do a grab. And I remember, like, let's grab the shoulder, the head, and I think it was Vanessa who was saying, no, let's go for the face.
Yeah,
let's grab the face.
Like, he's very strong.
Demon, sort of. And yeah, we started building from that and adding, like, as animators, we have to just add like a better posing, time in space, and start to exaggerating things. So in that way, we start to add more impact to the hit. And in every play session, in every review, we were saying, okay, add more impact. Like you are saying there, we had like raw mock-up data, and then now I think here we are towards the polish, okay? And And yeah, after that we say, okay, stop there the impact, because now we have a killing variation, so that it needs to be even more powerful.
Yeah.
So the challenge was just that. From limitations, constraints, how to make it powerful, beautiful, and that feeling.
And the feeling, like Dan said, it's so important. That's how we check the animation, basically. Like even if we mocap it with the actor, we work it out in our software engine, software animation software, but you're gonna feel the animation with your controller in hand, and you want to feel powerful. So if it doesn't feel powerful, it's not good enough. You have to cheat it, and camera, and of course VFX and sound. Everything like is a piece of a puzzle, but
that they did an amazing job, VFX and sound. I remember like when we pretty much did our pass, we were okay, we were satisfied with it. But then like talking with the VFX artist, Chris, we said, okay, maybe we frame the VFX in this way, because the idea is to get all the souls that are coming out from the pommel of the extra weapons, okay, and they go on the tip of the Yari. So how to frame that, and then when we hear the final, the final sound there, the sound effects, it was just wow. We said we nailed this. So yeah, kudos.
It's super interesting to see like everything behind the scenes, and then just kind of like work its way into like how polished it is, because the final product is just amazing.
Feels really
honestly,
good.
it looks so good. I'm sure it's gonna feel amazing.
And it really feel like an execution.
Yeah,
Really
exactly.
feel like an execution. And we can maybe break down more of an execution.
Yeah, sure. Should we go over?
We brought some stuff. Execution.
Yeah.
Wanna go? Yeah. I mean,
sure. Like
you did execution. Go ahead.
yeah, sure. We wanted Vanessa and I. We wanted to share with you or with the players. Okay, more or less, we wanted to break down an execution for everybody here. Like what you see on camera right now, it's the mocap. Okay, of course there is some pre-production happening as well, but you see Vanessa there, like trying to give some instructions to the mocap artists. They always do like an amazing job. They know what they're doing, but still, like we are there just trying to guide them on or paying attention to the little details. Then we go. That's our mocap.
Oh wow,
that's more or less what we receive. Okay, and then our job is to start start synchronizing the characters, right?
I mean, they're not hitting each other.
Yeah,
no.
So we want to take care of them.
Yeah, we want to take care of them. So there. Oh my God, I cannot just stop laughing
now we
here.
should
The little shuffle. The little
No,
shuffle is the best right there. Amazing.
So yeah, you see synchronizing the characters and timing, posing and
camera
stuff
as well,
like we were talking before. And then we start like doing a camera pass. We start sharing it with the rest of the team. Hey, what do you think about this? What do you think should change? All of that. That's pretty organic. We keep it organic with the team. And then when we feel that it's getting ready, we do like an integration in game. But this one in particular, I wanted to share with you because we have a little confession here that the Camaraderie was even bigger right now. So if you see right now that the weapon got shorter and during the production, what happened, I was talking to Andre, quality control. We saw that it had a gap. It was no longer planted on the floor, which changed our contacts.
What do we do?
So
like, do we
the plan?
Yeah, there's
The initial plan was to use the horizontal blade and pin the head of the enemy in there. But now with that change, since we changed it and now it has to be lower, look at what happened with the
the slip doesn't look like
with the opponent.
Yeah. The opponent.
So it's almost on his knees, and we had to make decisions, and we said, okay, what about if we pin the heart instead just pinning the head? We said horizontal blade goes on the heart, and the vertical blade goes on the head of the.
So that's why it's named
enemy.
Face Meet Metal.
And that's why.
That's where it came from.
Oh my God.
I gotta tell you that
very
there's
fun.
something so comforting that even in all of our like animation software, that Larry is still just the punching bag for everything we
Always.
do. So
Yes.
with
I mean, we love
mad
him
respect to
a
you, Larry. Like we love you. So yeah, so pretty amazing. Great, but I think it really goes to say too that we talked about it a bit with JC and Mike when they were here. We're talking about that whole system of building a resource system for a hero, for creating this whole soul system, how we're counting them, how we're using them, all the work that goes into that, and obviously all this incredible work you see like with the animations and what went into that, and creating again these new rigs just to be able to use like all these extra weapons. It was absolutely a monumentous task to take on, like not just like one major thing, but we had like 3 major huge production topics we were taking on for this hero, and I got from my perspective, I think we nailed it.
Yes. Oh no, absolutely,
huge.
absolutely.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
I just want to thank you, shout out to everybody on the team, like
And shout out to the
everybody came
mocap
together.
actor as
Yeah.
well, Max, Carl,
Yeah.
Joe, Seb, and Jason for the cordo. I mean, thank you guys, of course.
The animation team as well.
The animation
Noel,
team,
Jimmy,
Noel,
like
Jimmy.
Ahmad.
And
all of them.
everybody that work, Eduardo as well. Everybody work on it. Like Dan was saying, like it's a team effort, absolutely team effort. So yeah, big thank you for everybody that achieved that. I can't wait for tomorrow.
Tomorrow, big day.
Tomorrow, it's crazy.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on the Den and breaking down all the details of the animation. I'm sure people loved it.
I hope so.
Awesome. But stick around because the next segment is a new feature segment, so you won't want to miss that. But before that, you're gonna see all of SOHEI's unique emotes, signatures, and executions. So stick around.
All right.
Good job.
Welcome back, Warriors. Welcome to the Year 8 Season 2 TU2 new feature segment. Join with me are Marie-Ève, and for the very first time,
Hello.
Aval.
Hello.
How you both doing?
Good. I have a question for you, though.
Yeah?
How come we don't have a cool intro like the other segments?
All right.
What happened?
Mark it down for next time. Next time
Thank
Marie-Ève's
you.
on. We'll do a
Definitely,
cool
we need
intro.
to rehearse that.
All good. We'll do something cool next time. But I'm super hyped to get into this. Haval, there's a rumor going around right now. There's some sort of new feature. Can you clarify these rumors for us? What's coming?
Yes, by the way, I'm Haval. I'm an engine programmer on For Honor. And yes, the rumors are true. We have introduced a brand new photo mode into For Honor for the first time.
Let's go.
This is going to be epic, honestly. This is a 2-part photo mode. So most games, they do a single-part photo mode, which is just in-game. We're actually going to be doing a photo mode that's 2 parts, one in-game and one actually in the hero overview. So, you know, as we were developing this feature, we really wanted a way for the community to showcase their amazing fashion that they do. We know there's a big following on Reddit. You know, there's a whole subreddit dedicated to that. You know, always on social media, we see that. And we really wanted to have a feature for the players to really showcase, you know, those creations that they make and share it with the community, honestly. Some high-level details, obviously, available in solo modes. So that means campaign, arcade, training, and we've added an option for players in custom matches to have a photo mode session. So you'll be able to go into photo mode in a custom match. You know, if you want to do a Dominion, duels, anything, and you want to pause, take photos, you'll actually be able to. And in the in-game section, you'll pause the game, and then you'll launch photo mode. From there, you'll have access to 2 cameras, so not just 1, 2, sort of a theme. We're always giving you one and the other. So you'll have a orbit camera, which follows your character around, essentially just orbits. And then we'll have a free cam where you literally have free access to go anywhere in the world.
That's awesome.
Anywhere in the world.
Anywhere.
It's like a plane ticket right there.
Yes. You feel like you're a bird. You can just fly anywhere in the game. And then in the barracks, this is something we really wanted to do, was something unique to a photo mode, really. And we realized a lot of the social media content that people share is they're in the actual hero overview, and then, you know, they hide the UI and they really want to showcase their hero that they've customized. So we said, well, that's great. What can we really do there? And we said, well, let's add all the filters and all the camera settings inside the hero overview as well. So you'll be able to apply those while you're customizing your hero, while you're viewing animations and executions, and it's all available there. So you really have full access to that entire feature inside of hero overview as well. And then just some other notes as well. PC players, you'll be able to save a screenshot. It'll save to your My Documents, My Games, For Honor folder, just where we save the benchmarks and options. And for console users, yes, it is a console feature as well. It's not just for PC players. You'll be able to use the respective console's controller to use the share functionality and, you know, share to your heart's content from there.
Wow, awesome. This is super hype. I'm sure players are gonna be super
sure.
ecstatic with this. Marie-Ève, do you want to go into a bit more detail about what photo mode entails?
Sure, of course. So what players can expect from that really cool feature, we have 13 camera settings, we have 12 filters, and then we have 2 frames, which are logos, and then there's 10 possibilities of placement with those logos. So for the camera settings, it's kind of what you would expect from like any photo mode. So you have, you know, depth of field, contrast, you have the RGB hues that you can modify as well. Then for the filters, as you saw on the screen, there's a bunch of really interesting filters. I'll let the players kind of explore through them, but I think my favorite is definitely the painting one.
Yeah.
Awesome. So if there's any like hidden artists out there, that filter's for you, for sure.
Nice.
And then we also have the tune filter, which, do you remember the tune filter, Anthony?
Do.
Yeah. So it's from the April Fool, right?
Yeah.
There you go. So we were like, it's already in game, so why not add it there as well? So you can kind of recreate that April Fool's moment. And yeah, there's one thing though, if you have a filter on, some of the camera settings are going to be locked just because we want to preserve the integrity of that filter. So for instance, if we have like night vision and then you can go and modify like the color, it's not really night vision anymore. So we kind of made that decision there for those reasons. And then, yeah, it's a very straightforward feature. I don't think players will have difficulty using it or navigating through it. And yeah, we just really wanted to create a tool that, you know, allows them to channel their creativity. In Barracks, it's more like to showcase your fashion, like Haval said. But, you know, in the maps in game, you can really get clever with it. You know, you can go and explore the map. You can go to like different corners. We really encourage you to try like different emotes to kind of come up with something, you know, funny, artistic, whatever. Actually, one of our UI programmer, John, He made a photo. You're gonna see it after. We're gonna show some of them. But he used a surfing emote.
Oh, yeah.
And then he like positioned himself like, there you go, that's the one. And then he like put
that looks
himself
so good.
right behind water, so it looks like pirate is surfing.
That
And I
genuinely
think
looks like he's surfing.
yeah, like really, John, good job. Like we went to see him and we were like, please take some photos for us because he always comes up with great photos.
Nice.
And we were not disappointed. So this is the kind of content that we encourage players, you know, to come up with. Yeah, just get creative. You know, that's what it's there for. Honestly, it's a lot of fun. I know we had a lot of fun using it as well.
Sure.
So yeah, you can use those photos there as a little inspiration. But as anyone here, I'm super excited to see how this tool is going to be used.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
definitely. I think, you know, we're really giving players that ability now to really showcase that artistic, you know, creation that they want to see. Do you want to see For Honor as a painting? You know, that's something they're like, wow, I can have my character look like an actual Renaissance painting. You can go old school retro. Like, what if For Honor was like an old school, you know, 8-bit, you know, type looking game? So you could take photos like that as well. And it's really just giving players the creativity. You know, we have a very, very dedicated, you know, player base, and this is really a feature that we really wanted to give them. It's really a passion feature from the team. It started up as a prototype, and then, you know, people on the team were just really interested, and then we just sort of grouped up, and then the feature just kept, you know, going and going and going, and then we're like, we need to give this to the players, and everybody on the team was just so excited when we had the play sessions. People were sharing just so many screenshots. They were pitching ideas like, oh, we should do this, we should do this, we should add this. And it was just amazing to see the team's reception. And we know players are going to love this as well. This is something they've been requesting for a very long time. So we're bringing it to them. And, you know, just off that note, I really do want to thank the development team specifically. Michel, our UI programmer, who did, you know, all the UI programming that you see on that screen. He's not here with us right now, but we do want to give him a big thank you. Aget and Yuri, our 3D and VFX artists who did all the filters and camera settings that you see. They spent a lot of time, a lot of effort into that, so we really want to thank them. Our 2 dev testers, Guillaume and Jesse, who, you know, they were testing every single day, making sure they could find any issues with the mode. And then our 2 production managers, or our leads, MC and Gap, for doing all the planning and production assets and the stuff that needs to be done to allow us to, you know, work on the actual content. So we really want to thank everybody in the play sessions on the team who contributed, gave us feedback, and you know, we can't wait for the players to see it.
That's gonna be awesome. Well, I want to thank you both so much for coming on and telling everyone about photo mode. I'm super hyped. But yeah, that's not all. We've got more. We've got more because we actually have a photo mode contest starting tomorrow and running until August 8th. Yeah. So anyone is eligible to participate. You can submit your photos through X or Twitter with the hashtag For Honor Photo Mode Contest or via email by sending it to forhonorcommunity@ubisoft.com with the subject of the email being Photo Mode Contest Submission. Winners will receive awesome prizes like this guy over here, SOHEI. We've got some steel too that we're giving away, so super hyped. So be sure to participate. I think we're dropping a link. I don't know where the chat's here.
Somewhere.
The chat. It's not on top of me, that's for sure. But so I think Jet or Josh will be dropping a link to an article where it's going to be detailing all the rules of the contest. So be sure to check that out. And yeah, but be sure to tune in with us on August 13th for a special photo mode live stream where you'll be able to vote on your favorite submissions. Come hang. I'll be there. Josh will be there. Jet will be there. Haval will be there. Unfortunately, Marie-Ève will not be there, but it'll still be a good time.
Your loss, right?
That's it. Ultimately, it's our loss. But yeah, so if you want to, I just want to thank you both again for coming on.
You.
It was an honor.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
But yeah, stick around for you watching at home because we have patch notes coming up next with our Lord and Savior, Mr. JC.
He's coming back.
Take it away.
scream it. I don't
You
know.
know what's great? Oh, okay, I'm still like I see this happy dude in the background. I just like wanna embody that as much as possible.
Strangely heavy. Probably just like one shot somebody.
He's just, yeah, no, that's the look when you get that 7-4 strike off. It's pretty good. JC, welcome back.
Thank
it's
you.
It's good. It's been a while. We missed you. So that was cool. We had some fun segments talking about SOHEI.
Yeah.
We've got photo mode. That's super cool. But
Incredible. It's incredible.
But we're not done. We got
Not done yet.
We got more.
Yeah, there's some, I think some patch notes.
Some
are coming up.
patch
I don't know.
notes. I don't know. Like, I mean, community. Do you want to hear more about balancing and patch notes?
I don't know.
I'll assume they said yes. So let's,
I would imagine so, but I mean, you never know.
I know if they said no and we just
I think we
moved
should
on
still
right
do it
now.
though, right?
Yeah, I guess we
Probably a good idea.
rehearsed it
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everything. So.
All right, okay.
All right, so JC, tell us what is coming in the build tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
That's
right?
right.
So I've seen some people asking us to nerf Orochi in the chat.
Yeah.
So I took the time in between two segments.
Oh, just now.
To just run back to my computer and then talk with the designers. We push some like nerfs really quickly.
Yeah.
And then we're nerfing Orochi.
Oh wow!
So
asking you shall receive.
Yeah, right. So so Orochi's been overperforming. That's not a surprise to anybody.
Yeah.
So we're doing some adjustments to the hero so that it's becoming a little bit less annoying to play against. Right. So first off, Zephyr Slash. So that's our side dodge lights. They're no longer enhanced, including off target opponents. So we've done this with, you probably remember, with Berserker last title update. And so proved to be rather fruitful, knocked the hero down a peg or two, went from like, super high tier to, respectable still. So experiment proved to be fruitful, so we're giving it to Orochi. We'll see if we need to give it to other dodge cancel heroes, how that kind of goes. But for now, Orochi really, really needed it. Essentially, this was used to initiate offense extremely safely. Not something we want to have like too much in the game. Like there needs to be like some sort of safer offense, but not to the point of defensive moves are used overly offensively. That's not really our intent, so we're trying to switch that around. We've also lowered the damage from the top heavy finisher from 32, so now it's going to deal 30. 30 is, even though it's kind of weird to say that because SOHEI does 95 off of one thing, but off of like normal attack that you throw all the time. 30, we're trying to hit for 30 as our like top end. Sometimes we're going to go a little bit above in certain situations, but really 30 here makes a lot of sense. Not from 32. So again, 32 was a bit too high, so we're kind of lowered that a little bit more. We've also adjusted the weapon trajectories for the side heavy finishers to better fit the weapon visuals. I love to use these terms because it's like the most confusing thing ever.
It's a very practiced term.
Basically, what it means, if it's confusing to you, is the hitboxes of the side heavy finishers are smaller. Like that's all it is. But the idea here is that Orochi has very, very, very good side heavy finishers, and it was something that we did way back when, on purpose, to make, because Orochi was underperforming for a super long time, right? And we kept trying to like adjust him so like he tried to go into a good spot, and we put those attacks are like 700 MS. They have huge trajectories. They have a lot of forward movement. It took a long time for players to realize and see their potential. But now that it's there and it's used a lot more, we see that it's too strong, right? So because of this, we want to really adjust this downwards a little bit more so that it doesn't feel like Orochi, like I'm going towards there, I'm hitting here, you're super far away, I'm still going to hit you. So we're trying to adjust this a little bit more so that it makes a bit more sense here. We've also lowered the forward movement on all of these heavy finishers, again, to help with those situations where you could target swap to somebody that was far away, do a side heavy finisher, hit somebody on your side really safely from super far away, and like really advance like crazy, so you could also also get safe from them. So it's a lot of like targeted nerfs to Orochi to lower his effectiveness specifically in group fights. None of these have any real, maybe aside from like the top heavy finisher, they don't really have an impact on 1v1s. It's really like for more group fight ability that is a bit more problematic. And then finally, the last one, which I'm going to have to explain because I don't think a lot of people are going to completely understand the issue, but it's an actual pretty serious one. So we've increased the chain link timing from Dust Devil, which is a front dodge kick, to heavy finishers by 100 MS at minimum. So what you could do, and you can do on live, I don't want to see anybody do it on live right now. I don't want to see it. But basically you could Dust Devil somebody, right? So front dodge bash, target swap to somebody else and then do a side heavy finisher, because that's what it can chain to, and get that hit confirmed on the person you bashed initially, right? Because it's 700 ms and it's a big trajectory, and the trajectory starts before the hit timing, right? So normally, like if it lands on the person I'm locked onto at 700 milliseconds, because there's a swing before, the hitbox starts earlier. So it was guaranteed on opponents if you did like that exact sequence of events. It doesn't always happen, but getting that much damage off of a front dodge bash was way too strong. So by reducing that, well, actually making that chaining timing a little bit longer, it ensures that this is no longer possible. They'll be blockable. You should be in a good spot. So for Orochi right now, this is what we're doing. We're going to still keep an eye on it. We know that a lot of people are having a hard time with Storm Rush, for example. So we're keeping an eye on the hero, seeing where this is going to drop to, and then adjust accordingly again, right, to try to go forward and make the hero a bit more balanced so it's not overly frustrating to play against. I've seen some tier lists where Orochi is in his own tier at the top. This is not what we want, right? They're definitely not what we want, so we need to address things as they go.
Gotcha. All right.
Next up, we have some Lawbringer buffs. Right now, so for today, just to make it clear, to temper expectations, we're dealing with damage only. We're raising the damage on some of his attacks. It might look like there's only 1 or 2, whatever. But we'll go into a little bit more detail afterwards. So I'll just start with, right now, the top of the opener now deals 23 damage, up from 20. What this means is a top heavy is going to deal 23 plus the guaranteed 4 afterwards, which deals 27, which is the normal damage for a top heavy that is at that speed. We had initially put it at 20 because, interestingly enough, in the testing grounds, and before that testing grounds actually, Lawbringer had long arm guaranteed off of any guard break.
Right.
And so because of this, when you did guard break long arm to somebody, you could deal 27 damage off of a guard break. That guard break punish was too high. We need to lower it down a little bit. But then when we went live, we had removed the long arm off of the guard break, but this stayed at 20. And so now, like, clearly it's obvious it needs to be a little bit higher than 20. There's also situations where getting wall splats did not feel super good because then you got a little bit less damage. So we're trying to readjust this here so that it makes a lot more sense with the damage that Lawbringer should be dealing in those situations.
Right.
Same for Zone Attack and Make Way. They deal 16, even though it just feels like it's one damage above 15. It's a small adjustment, but again, it's to be more in line with like zone attacks of that speed of parry punishes that like are a bit more consistent with the damage output that Lawbringer generally has. And then finally, Impaling Riposte and Impaling Charge now deal 3 damage up from 1. Now you might go 3 instead of 1. Who cares, right? The big difference here is that before these changes, one of the side effects of us putting Impaling Riposte specifically on only light parries was that the move became only really useful and only like desirable to do if you would ledge somebody or if you would push somebody into a trap. If you wall splatted, you would get less damage than a light parry into a top heavy. Yeah. So with the change to the top heavy opener damage and the change to Impaling Riposte, it means that you get slightly more damage than a top heavy if you manage to hit a wall. So that was really like, it's not a huge amount more, but it still makes the move, it's a better outcome in those scenarios. So we wanted to give like a little bit more viability and more versatility to Lawbringer. And we know that's what Lawbringer mains love. They love all these types of things. So we're pushing towards this. Nice. Now, that's it for Lawbringer in this title update.
You seem to be implying something.
I do want to stress that we are aware that there's other concerns players have with Lawbringer, right? In the next title update, we have more changes coming that are affecting the hero's fight kit specifically. And the other thing that we know that players want and like borderline need is a roll catcher, right?
I may have seen 1 or 2 posts.
I've seen a couple of posts about it. I completely understand. So don't expect to have a roll catcher in the next title update. We are still working on figuring out exactly how a roll catcher for Lawbringer is going to work. The challenge that we have with this is that Lawbringer has a unique ability to cancel the recovery of his front dodge into any of his opener lights and heavies really like early at 400 ms in the front dodge, right? And so what this does is it creates a unique mix-up that very few. I think nobody else in the cast. I think like Warden has something like that a little bit, but it's really not as effective. So Lawbringer has this unique mix-up of front dodge into side light or into side heavy in some situations that really, really works. But then that blocks the inputs, right? If we give him a roll catcher blindly, we have to remove some of these options, and those options are super interesting. They're unique.
Yeah.
I know people are always craving uniqueness for heroes. I completely understand. We want to keep that. So we're looking into how can we mix in a roll catcher with these types of attacks. So it's not coming next Saddle update, but we are looking at a solution for it. That's what I can say. But the next Saddle update, we're going to have a bit of some kit improvements that should really help Lawbringer.
Nice.
So that should be good. I want to reassure people we haven't forgotten about Lawbringer. We know
We still love him. He's great.
we still love him. We know he's extremely popular with the community. Lawbringer mains are very vocal.
Yeah.
We get it. So we want to make sure that we have stuff that's a bit more interesting.
Yeah. Awesome.
Other changes after we go after Lawbringer, right? So Warmonger. Warmonger can now perform Praying Claw. That's the bash that Warmonger has. From 100 to 500 MS doing a front dodge. It used to be 3 to 5. This is the same buff that we gave Warden a little while ago.
Mhm.
We're giving it to Warmonger as well. This should significantly increase her ability to open up opponents. We know that on Warden it was very, very, very successful. She has like some tools that are a little bit different than Warden, but at the end of the day, that is also a very, very strong tool that she has. It'll give her better ways to open up opponents, so that should be good.
Nice.
For Berserker, it's a small nerf, but it's a little bit different here, right? So again, it's the chaining timing between zone attacks and chain light attacks. When buffered, is now at a minimum 266 MS when it used to be 100. So what this solves is the problem that when you have Berserker and you would throw a zone attack, if you chained into a light, the window to parry that following light was 1 frame. So you had to do like a super late parry. It's a 1 frame window. It's very, very difficult to land. It's super frustrating to play against.
Yeah.
Zerk's zone attack is already extremely strong at setting up ganks and confirmed attacks and stuff. So we wanted to adjust this so that it reduces the frustration of playing against Berserker. It's a slight nerf. You can still chain. You can still do stuff. But it just won't be as strong as it used to be.
Nice.
And then finally, we have also changes to Varangian Guard. So Varangian Guard... when we did a fix, I think last title update or 2 title updates ago, I don't remember exactly, we had an issue where when you would throw, especially on sides with Varangian, it would be really difficult to wall splatter to ledge. And so we fixed it by making the window to wall splat and to ledge at a specific timing, but we aligned both of them so it would make sense, right?
Yeah.
What this caused is that if you were at certain distances, if you throw into a wall, you would not get a guaranteed heavy because of the way that when the wall splat ended up happening, it was happening a little bit too at weird timings, and so because of this, you couldn't really get that punish. So we've adjusted the window that you wall splat from at like different timings, so that now it should always be guaranteed every time you throw somebody with ranking into a wall, no matter what the distance is going to be. So it's a bit of a change in quality of life thing here, but that's pretty good.
Nice.
And then finally with Janjun. So you remember a testing grounds that we did a long time ago. I don't even remember exactly when it happened.
We do a lot of them, yeah.
But it was our guard break vulnerability change.
Oh, yes,
grounds
this one, yes.
That did not pan out. It wasn't successful. At the end of the day, these things happen, right? It's okay. Yeah. But one change that we had tried in there was that Jangjun could go into Sifu's poise, so pressing down on the right stick, at the same timing as dodge during his hit recoveries. Now, what that meant was that the hero was now able to punish bashes with Sifu's poise. Because one of the problems that JJ has quite often is you're getting pressure by opponents, they throw a bash at you, and it's impossible for you to punish it. Because the side dodge attacks are too slow, it's really, really difficult. So with this instead, what you can do now is, let's say you're playing somebody that has a chain bash, they're going to throw a light, do a chain bash, you can go into Sifu's poise to use your iframes at the beginning of that move to dodge the bash.
Nice.
And go straight into a zone attack and punish that bash. It's one of the big abilities JJ was lacking. It was really difficult to perform in 1v1s. So because of this, we tried to give that back to the hero. It was a really successful experiment. I remember seeing comments from a lot of players that was one thing they really, really, really liked. And so it took us a little bit of time to figure out like the proper timing to put it back in and everything. But I'm super happy to say it is back in. It's super cool. It gives GG a lot more viability in 1v1s.
Wow.
So that is it for our patch notes. I went to a black screen. That's great.
So good transition. Yeah.
Right. So that's it for patch notes. A little bit smaller this time around. There's more stuff coming in the next title update. As I said, more Lawbringer changes coming. That's going to be great. There's some other heroes too that are going to get like side buffs there. I don't want to spoil too much, but
Right. That's what we do.
But awesome stuff all around. I'm like, we had to nerf Orochi, so that should be good. I'm hoping that we're gonna get into a bit of a healthier meta with a hero. And one of the things that I've noticed a lot when we do changes to heroes, right, is some heroes that we do 0 changes to. Like you look at tier lists and then they move up or down. We haven't done anything to them, and then they move down or they move up, and it's because everything else is shifting around them. So when we do big changes to a hero like this, like the expectation is Orochi is going to drop down. I don't know how far he's going to drop down. I don't think he's going to drop down to not being viable, but he's going to drop down a little bit. And when this happens, really often it gives room for other heroes to shine a little bit more, to get a little bit better, to have their, well, I'm overshadowed by Orochi so much that I can't really perform. But now that Orochi is not as strong, then there's reasons to play other heroes, to change it up, to have that sort of stuff going. So I'm super excited. I can't wait to see how it's going to be happening for the next tournament, for example, or for one of the brawls with friend or foe. Should be super cool. And seeing how hero picks evolve and change over time. I'm very excited for this.
Nice. Amazing stuff.
That's it.
Well, cool. Well, JC, thank you so much. A lot of cool stuff coming. We, again, new hero, SOHEI tomorrow. New balance changes coming up, photo mode, lots of fun stuff. Incredible. So thank you so much again for sharing all that with us.
And amazing stream, right? Like you said,
what the heck?
SOHEI is crazy. Like I was looking a bit at like chat reactions, like people are super hyped. Photo mode is super cool. Like everybody's contribution from the team is through the roof. Everybody works super hard on everything we're doing. VFX, audio, animation, tech, design. Everybody works together. Marketing. The marketing team is like working super hard for us to be able to show off these things, right?
Yeah.
It's amazing. Super excited. It's another great season that's launching. Very, very happy, grateful, and we love our players. We absolutely love our players. You're the reason why we're doing this. I'm not just making this game for myself, right? So at the end of the day, like we're all working together to deliver what is best for players. And thank you very much. Super happy with this and
stuff. Well, thank you, JC. It's amazing stuff. Thanks for keeping an eye out on this incredible incredible game we have. All right, folks. Don't go anywhere though, because we're going to be right back with a wrap up. We're going to cover some more content. So yeah, stick around. We'll see you in a second. Yes. All right. I love it. It's the final one of the show. I'm excited.
That's good. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to the wrap up. We've made it. We've made it. It's a long show.
It was,
Good.
yeah.
It was good. Hope you enjoyed.
Records over here.
But yeah, I'm pumped. I'm pumped for SOHEI. This guy over here. I'm pumped for photo mode.
Happiest boy. Yep.
Pumped to be alive.
just happy to be here. I'm
Happy
just
to be
happy
here.
to be here.
Happy to be
so,
here.
Yeah, that's amazing. No, it was really exciting. Like so much to cover. I want to run us through just like what's our run of everything today?
Let's
Like,
do it.
give us a
Let's
run.
do it. So we got SOHEI live tomorrow.
Ooh, nice.
Got the 7-Weapon Master seasonal event and free event pass live tomorrow till August 15th. Oh yeah. We got photo mode live tomorrow as well with the photo mode contest
Ooh, nice.
tomorrow.
We're saying tomorrow, folks. It's
Hell yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah. We've got some Hero Fests for Lawbringer, Shgoki, and Glad with the respective dates there.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome stuff. And we've also got a throwback event coming, Carousel of Ragnarok.
Oh, nice.
All good. We've got a balance patch too. and we've got a free week starting tomorrow. There it is.
Nice.
No worries. On PlayStation, Xbox, and UB Connect.
Nice.
Awesome. So super hype.
Well, very cool. Yeah, lots of fun stuff. No reason to not come and play with us. And on top of that, also available tomorrow. That's right. We have some content of the week coming your way, folks.
Let's go.
First one, nice shared execution. Tessenjutsu. Did I feel like it. Anyway, I was practicing that one. No, that's a lie. I never practiced that. But 10K Steel, nice big old fan execution there. Looks amazing. So cool stuff there.
I'm a big fan of that one.
I mean, I was like, yeah, me too. But then I realized, like, there was a half a second delay on my getting that. You nailed it. Thank you. All right. Good Lord. All right, this has been... All right, we also have a mythic outfit, the Shores of Fortitude. So available for 15K steel, a very nice, serene, contemplative statue that will appear to hang out with you and, well, fall apart in certain circumstances, so that's okay. But that's great. But that's not all. Weekly arcade quest starting tomorrow. The heirs of Virupax... The heirs of... I don't know if that's... Well, one of these is correct, but you're going to find out tomorrow. It's okay. Just there's a new arcade quest tomorrow, and regardless, the name was really confusing, so I think they did that to me on purpose. Virupaxa?
I think.
Virupaxa. Chat, you tell me what it is tomorrow, please. But yes, and then we have an event order for week 1 starting on the 26th, the 7-Weapon Master, and... There it is.
There it is.
Hey, we got the good one.
There it is.
You're going to make me say it again. Virupaxa.
I'm not sure.
All right. I'm going to just stop trying to say it, so that's good. Anyway, then an event order, the 7-Weapon Master for the first weekend. Be the faction with the most Dominion matches won, preferably with that amazing SOHEI in those matches. And then the following week, we have the 7-Weapon Master. Week 2 is also going to be available to play.
Awesome.
So,
hell yeah.
Good stuff. A lot to look forward to tomorrow.
So pumped. But that's not all. We've also got some community corner videos.
Yes.
Oh,
my favorite.
That's it. Take it away.
All right.
You haven't seen it yet.
I've not seen it.
Oh,
yet.
man.
Are we live commentary or are we
man.
muted?
Live react?
Are we going to live react?
Oh, yeah.
All right, what do we got? First distract.
Okay, let's do it.
See some distractions here.
He is a very distracting here. He's flipping a lot.
Oh, the Shugo wants him so bad, too. He really does.
Oh, where did that come from? What?
Ballista out of nowhere. Amazing.
Such talent.
I have seen this piece. That is so incredible, too, to whoever drew that.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Really, really nice.
Yeah, that's good. All right. Teleport.
Thank you.
I wonder what this is going to imply here. You know, they're also on our beautiful new Dominion map there, the Cathedral.
That's true.
Definitely like my favorite map. Oh my God. There it is. Into the catapult. Excellent work. Dominic with that. You're all disgusting, and I hate you. Wow, I think we need this. We need to talk to characters team.
I agree.
Right. Oh, and speaking of which, you know, community, come on. We're working on it.
All right. This is gonna be good.
Just playing ring around the rosy
I'm
here.
sensing it. Oh yeah.
Oh, I see.
Oh yeah.
I see. There's a roll catcher right there. What are you talking about? It's good. Never have enough double execution clips.
Oh,
this is so.
Wow.
Oh, it's so anime. I love it.
peak for Honor.
Oh,
So good.
amazing. Oh, it's my best girl, Nusha. And he falls in the face cast.
So nice.
Man, Nusha's like low-key, like my top 3 heroes. I love her.
Leave
Yep.
him alone. Leave him alone.
All right.
Leave him
Oh,
alone.
this one. You're going to love this.
All right. Shugo just
Pull up. Everybody pull up.
making his business. Uh-oh.
All right, let's surround him.
Right, 2v1. How you going to handle this?
Surround
Your giant mustache helmet. That is just a...
This gets brutal. This gets brutal.
Ooh.
Right,
Oh, his Kenobo's too big. He keeps hitting the wall. Oh, it just... Oh, no.
This is real bullying.
Where's the revenge? What? I feel like he's given up at this point.
Oh no, this is
Don't even kill him.
massacre.
Just
Oh my god. He
Stop.
fell.
He's already dead. Just stop.
Run away, please run away.
hey, come here.
Oh, and he fell.
Oh. So this man is just contemplating his whole existence right now.
Get in there.
It's like, why do I play this?
And take
Oh,
man.
yeah. You know, they like never give up though, man. Come on.
That was awesome. That
Oh,
was awesome.
always a treat. Always a treat. Wow.
Yeah.
It just never ceases to amaze me. Like I love our community.
Yeah, the
so
community
much.
corner is awesome.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Needed
But
that.
yeah, that's not all. Because we have a little gift for everyone in chat, and if you're on Twitter and Instagram, it's already been posted there. But one of our texture artists by the name of Aiden has created an awesome new screensaver or wallpaper, desktop, mobile. We're versatile over here.
Print it out and put it in your wallet. You know, like
But
what
yeah,
you want with it.
that's you know what, I like that the most, honestly. Printing it out and putting it in the wallet,
just
sentimental. You know, it's close to the heart.
There you go. There you go.
Well, big shout out to Aiden. So thank you very, very much. I'm sure we dropped it in the chat. Still not sure where the chat is. Not above me, that's for sure.
I'm gonna say here. Just that
This way.
be that way. Never know.
But yeah, Nolan, thank you so much
Well, thank
for hosting with me.
Yeah.
That's it. Thank you, Sohei, so much.
So hey, so much. All right. Amazing.
Awesome. Sohei's live tomorrow. Be sure to grab him. Go hang out. Go play. It's gonna be awesome. And yeah, let's raid someone.
Oh, who we gonna raid?
Norgos? Let's raid Norgos.
All right.
Norgos.
All right. When you go over there, make sure you tell Norgos Zinker. All right.
Put it in the chat.
I got one more in before the end of the show. All right.
Bye bye.